Alright. Good evening to at least starting this setup. Also, take off the cannons. Right, Lakeburg, Apocalypse 12. And let me actually set the correct one. So I want at least Tougher Bosses 1, I think, to get a chance at the other thing. I will take Heroes block vision. Buildings, dead zone. Specifically houses? Oh, houses, production buildings and mines, all structures. Okay. So that would lower it a bit. Take me a higher wave size. That's 2 points. More enemy health should be fine. Upgraded enemies. More panic should be fine. I need at least 12, I believe. And wounded enemies. So the plus 50% damage on deadly wounded enemies I don't think is that relevant, because it also mostly means that they don't have movement anymore. I think. So with that, I hope that we can just do it without too much of an issue. Alright. Let's see, Lakeburg, if I recall correctly, this is the longest map. We have an axe, we have a scepter, we have a short bow. Epiphanies, what do we want to set? Plus 10% poison damage. At the end of each turn, apply plus 10% poison damage. Does not reset, apparently. So you'd want that early. Range damage, dodge multiplier is reduced by 50%. Physical damage now is 400%. A big stomp. Faster than light. Using any attack increases the momentum counter by 2. Brain Clot. That's... Oh right, that's the magic weapon, the wand. When did I unlock that? Huh. So, Pillar of Light. Which has a unique... oh, that's the staff, not the wand. Right. This is still the same. This is still the same. This is still the same. This is still the same, except that it's adaptive damage. The perk. Once per night, whenever the hero would be killed for the first time, the hero remains at 1 health and becomes invincible until the end of night. Doesn't this just mean that the hero is straight up immortal? It literally is just immortality. Holy shit. What do we have? Consume all materials. Defenses gain 2% damage per 30 materials consumed. I want that at the end. Multiply your materials by 3. Plus 0 materials. Plus 1 hero capacity. Less increased damage of all defensive. Broken Bell. That's the trinket. Which is just... It is limited... Limits per turn once, uses per night 2. But the contagion, move points, resistance, armor, dodge, block, holy shit. That's quite debuffs. That's quite some debuffs. I would like that, but probably only need it later. What I want to start with is... Do I not get the drill? Do I not have the drill? Wait. Where's my drill at? After a total of 20 years per se to unlock your this slot for your next game. Oh. You don't get all of them, you get a choice. Okay, so the extra money is unfortunately not available. The Broken Blade is a unique trinket isolation and it's basically a massive AoE. However, I feel like this massive AoE isn't actually gonna be that useful. Uses per night 2 is also not that great. Get me big stomp. Get me the military engineering. We'll just go for ballistas. Okay, yeah, scepter. What do we have hero-wise? Battle mage, you have an axe. Less dodge, more physical damage. You have the execute, bodybuilder, vampire, organic armor, and berserk. So at the end you will probably just one-shot people. You are also a dwarf. Seven armor to all heroes. That's kind of funny. Like if we just go this path down. Carnage, look at my muscles. And the human ballista. Because of course. I still find that skill so funny. Okay. So you will be our melee boy. Next. You have the exact same melee thing. What are your perks? Warlock for more magic damage and propagation. Fragile for less health, and then more propagation still. And then you don't have any of the propagation skills. Lucky you. You do get this, but you do not get the magic, the mana restore on crit. You have a horrendous perk setup, boy. You honestly kind of just have a horrendous perk setup. Avid Learner, Mana Shield, more mana gain, Critical Rune, every 8 action points reduces mana costs. The Blink, because of course, Hex, negative alterations. The Staff does stun, I believe. I think just get a Night Owl later on. What do you have? Opportunism, less block, +1 trinket slot. Okay. And you do have... You have the Siege anti-poison path, so not the opportunism path, unfortunately. Right. For you, I'll see later on. And yeah, they immediately just line up a lot more enemies. The dwarf. The little fella. Give yourself some armor. Debuff him, debuff him. You could get the inertia later on. It would maybe not be wrong. That haven't moved this turn target at full health. Right. Unfortunately, that is not something I will ever be able to do in the first turn. But in the second turn, it might actually be possible. And then use less than 2 times the skill punch skills. Well, I didn't intend to punch anyone anyway. So I guess that's completely fine. Well, you block. However, you have already done your things, so we can just move you. Unfortunately, we can get only 1 here. We can get 2 here. That's fine. And we have done this, so we can now move again. I kinda like the momentum stuff, the momentum scepter. It's not bad. Skills costing 2,700 damage with skills costing mana, or less than 500 damage to isolated targets. I feel like the isolated targets thing is easier in this case. It's done. Lovely stuff. Do it again. We actually nearly... Okay, for over 4 turns, that may not be actually that hard. I do need to kill those flying enemies at least. And they are all isolated except this guy. Right, I think that's fine. Give yourself some armor. And yeah, you can't really shoot anybody. Right. He's gonna be fine. He will be a massive glass cannon later on. But I hope we can get him a... You can actually just throw a stun at them, can't you? And with that, we have the three spell things, the three damage things done. I forgot to take my potions again. And as we have done them, I also don't need to care about the other options that we haven't fulfilled. Wonderful. What potion do you have? You have an explosive bolt scroll. That's not bad. Now, the long amount of nights means that I'll probably have a good amount of time to hopefully get the 6... I think it needs to be 6 nights at Panic 6 or S or A. And I feel like we should have enough time to do that. Wonderful. 3 more remaining. Those are these 3. And we're just gonna shoot them. Actually. Backstab. Now, what I want, if I can, is an early temple and an early mana well. Because last time I completely forgot that they passively increase your maximums. Oh, those are the relic gates, aren't they? They look sick. Horizontal gate. Haven. Yeah, those are reinforced stone walls. Oh, the vestige walls are here. Holy shit, they have a lot of health. Alright, choose your destiny. What do we have? 7% are replaced by crawlers, 20% are replaced by crawlers. The crawlers I don't think are gonna be that much of a problem. Right, so we're gonna start up there. We do we have an inn? We do not have an inn. Right, level me up. Warlock. I still think mana growth, avid learner, so you can get down here to the sheer power. And then you get block from that, so the human ballista can actually still hit people. And you won't just keel over the second somebody coughs at you. Get me damage. Healing received, magic damage. Stun chance sounds good. If I can get you a boomerang as well, that would be great. You are the bowman, at least for now. What do you have? I didn't look last time. You do not have them. So, spiky counter, organic armor, and vampire are a great combination, I think. Because you can just... Enemies hit you, die, and you heal from it. Now, the cheer is always great. Honestly, I feel like that is one of the best skills. Do you have the blessing? You do have the blessing. You have the human ballista, which is good. You have the field study, which is great. Mana shield. You have the avid learner. Now grant the killer bonus to this hero. Right. You have the blink, which is also always nice to have. Septic shock. Also applies stun, yeah. You don't have the hex, so the stun wouldn't be increased. Shorter range. 2 to 6 down, target gets undodgeable. Every 12 enemy units got a distance of 1 or 4 or more. Right. This... Whenever the hero is adjacent to a building, defense, or obstacle, 25 armor, increased by 5 for each level of the hero. Defensive training, manual control. Actually, manual control maybe not, but the Fortress Master, this is a bit much. I think you can take 3 on the last step if you don't use any additional levels. Relentless critical runes, or the punch. Right, I think I'll start with the cheer. And then give you accuracy. The cheer, of course, means that you want to have somebody else here, but... No, it can't be increased, so it is 15 maximum. Reliability up, that is always useful. And... Perdar. Yeah, you're the axe boy. Get your damage up. You don't have the spiky counter, right? You have just massive amounts of physical health, which are then translated into physical damage. Get yourself... Do I want you to get your most momentum? I could get a two-handed sword for you, so maybe you just go... you're a dwarf, though. Get the daily health... Actually, reroll that. Isolation, momentum... Okay, momentum it is, I guess. You will need move points if I give you a two-handed sword. See the night rewards. A gun. Steel rifle. So. What else do we have? -1 move points, 10% damage, 11% critical, 44 health. And... yeah, no. Take the rifle. Second reward. A boomerang, a level 2 bow. No. That's a scepter. Skip. Reroll that. So we could get the Great Axe, which is great for the Carnage, or the two-handed sword. Actually, it is kind of necessary for the Carnage, isn't it? Because most weapons, like you don't have anything that hits, you do have things that hit 6 enemies, more than 5 enemies with this. This has momentum on it? Oh, interesting. Or the offhand axe. No. You know what? You're a dwarf. You have a great axe and a smaller axe. That's fine. Great axe, smaller axe. Perfect. Then you bow, you get a rifle as well. And then let's see, what do you have here? Boats. Critical power, armor, less steady mana region, opportunism and critical, a block. -1 move points, accuracy up, 3 block -1 move points. You are extremely slow. Do we have Relentless on you? No, of course we don't. Oh, but the Carnage. The problem, of course, is that hitting 5 enemies is gonna be difficult. You will need a lot of move points. Do we have anything on you that increases move points? No. This could be useful on the dwarf, who currently has reliability. Okay. Now, build new structures. I want the gold mines, which unfortunately already is all of my money. I have 2 workers, so let's get rid of... I can only get rid of the wells of this thing. Let's get rid of this thing. And this one. Build me another house. And then get rid of this well. Then defenses. Blocks line of sight, but doesn't have vision itself. Okay, so this is Haven, this is Plain. Meaning I want to have the defenses here and then the ballistas one behind. Probably. For now, how many materials do I have? 148. Give me, I want to try them, a split ballista here. And we can ballista damage it up. This will upgrade every ballista at once. And you should be able to... Yeah, this blocks vision. And on the other hand, it doesn't get vision. So they just shoot in basically a single direction, especially if I have other ballistas directly next to it. For now, I'm gonna put some wooden walls in front of it, so it doesn't die. Gun, axe, gun, stick. Okay. Let's see the crawlers then, hopefully. Our gun, which has an undodgeable move on its first, should be able to deal with that. Target a 9 or more turn. That's not gonna happen. Avoid generating panic for 2 turns. That could actually happen. Right, so assassinate 200. How much health do you have? 303. Suppressor fire, minus 3 proof points and less accuracy. Actually, put that on those back there. This is a hip shot in accurate times 2, so you're not gonna hit this guy. You have dodge of 24, yeah, dodge of 26, so... On the other hand, we can just hit you. That has propagation? Why does this have a propagation? What? The problem is it could hit this guy. So instead, we will... hit like that. Move you... Fuck. That is not actually what I want. So we'll just move you there. Execute 1. Then we can do the shot here, Kill the crawlers. Execute this guy. This is 4, this is 3. This is 3, this is 4. Yeah, that's fine. Give yourself some of that. Move 1. I can't jump on him, unfortunately. But we can walk up to him. And then you will magic down these guys. I have a feeling this guy should be fine. 49 damage. From what? 49 damage. Does this just give you 49 damage? 34% damage and then probably a cheer. Okay. What is your negative? Minus 20% resistance. Right. Okay. We need more cheerful people. Gun. Lovely stuff. Big axe. Absolutely amazing. Unfortunate. Also, you should drink your potion, I think. And then we will shoot you, which should also kill him. This thing having propagation is actually kind of funny to me. Like, why? Why does the rifle have propagation on itself? There are no targets, that's the problem. Right. Avoid generating panic. That should be done right now. Or after this night. Thankfully the crawlers are not fast enough to immediately walk into our city. Less than 500 damage to crawl. Yeah, that ain't happening. These guys need to die. The crawlers just cannot live. Gone. Gone again. Gone again. Love it. How much AoE does this thing have? Yeah, that's fine. If he actually hits. Oh yeah, execute. Right, so that's a failure, but that's fine. Can I... How far can you get? Not far enough, actually, so that's fine. Ballista. Like, he's taking damage, but not nearly enough. 260 normal damage to crawlers. Lovely. Got it. Four steps is not enough, unfortunately. Can you just go here? That way this shouldn't hit you. Fuck! It did hit him. Oh well, in that case we can do it again. I had hoped we would... I had hoped it would go around. Maybe I should have checked further. Yeah, you might have an issue. That's fine. Not really all that much health was lost. Gone. I think this should hit. Do I gun you? I think I gun you. Then you can actually go out of range. Actually, you know what? Just fucking hit them. Oh, and execute. And then you can, once again, throw your stun at them. Wonderful. You should also drink your potion at some point. Okay, he did not get into the city. Great. The crawlers accidentally their way into the city is always annoying as hell. The hero's block vision thing, kinda annoying, but I think I can live with it. I would like a seer. Okay, we have the defenses. Do you need some loot? Nothing is better than homemade stuff. That might in fact be correct. Choose your Curse of Sorcerer. Every 8 enemy skills, the hero loses 5 mana. This modifier is reset every turn. Every 3 enemies killed. I honestly kinda think that's fine. Because 2 of our heroes don't even use mana. Get me. That's an offhand magic weapon. The problem with that is it's offhand. So I can't really use it with someone who has two-handed weapons, which is most ranged weapons. I think that's actually all ranged weapons I can use. This is at the jump over skill or any of its variants, upgrades and variants. I think that includes the throwing of the dwarf. Honestly, give me the clear sight. Then, level up. So first of all, you, Perra, had 2. You get the Carnage, and you get the Bodybuilder. So you now should have at least a little bit. At how much? Every 10 max health is 1%. Currently it's 4%, right. Character details. You will need some accuracy, but not just 7%. I think I'll take the health here. You will also need a whole lot of health. Move points, I would love, but... block. Momentum isolation, physical, just take me physical damage. And stun chance, you don't really stun right now. And looking at our omens, access, 200 swords, great access, and claws. None of those have stuns attached. So you will not have stun chance. They also don't have propagation attached, so you just take daily health regen or healing received. I think healing received. Next, Dudley, our war mage. XP. Move points definitely helps with the scepter. Skill range definitely helps with everything else. And then Lamas, resistance reduction 12%, absolutely massive. Propagation bounce, you know what, with the fucking gun? Of course I'll take that. I didn't even know they added propagation to that. So it applies 75% on the second target, and then I believe 75% of that on the target after that. For now, Avid Learner, you will just chill here with your ballista pal, and you will actually get another friend as well. It will be 1, 2, 1, 2, here. Another. Fuck, there was a mounted ballista. I wanted a split ballista. Whatever, it's fine. X. Any more defenses I can build does not currently look that way, except for a few. Like the mounted ballista. Can I actually just... I don't think I can cheat like that. I don't think safe scumming is possible. Yeah, no, it is not. Unfortunate, but I guess I'll have to live with it. The thing is, the mounted ballistas aren't really that useful, because 104 to 156, 156 to 182. So these are weaker but hit more enemies. Build new structures. Get me another gold mine. Actually, get me rid of this barricade so we can put the gold mine over there. That's a house, not a gold mine. Gold mine. And then the first thing we'll do is upgrade the gold mine income for as many times as we can. How many houses do we have? 3, so we can get rid of one of these. Probably this one. And upgrade the gold mine production. 55 means we cannot upgrade it more. I can get a watchtower, which I will. Probably about here. Which you can just sit in then. Yeah. That is absolutely massive. And then get me at least 1 mana well. Let's say about here. Restore me some mana on him. Like, he's not gonna use all that much mana. He will do 1 spin and then probably just not have mana for the night. Night rewards. Let's see. A better short bow. I'll take that. What is you? Armor and less daily mana regen. That's fine. Night reward number 2. A steel hand crossbow. Did they buff you? You are still armor piercing, multi-hits 2, poison and -1 movement. That does seem to be the exact same as previously. Wooden boomerang. Get me 200... No, re-roll me that. Get me a magic weapon? Like a staff, I think, is fine. That was the wrong button. But I'll also take a gauntlet. Then, you get the gauntlet. That's an offhand gauntlet. I should have looked at that. You get the better crossbow. Shop, put that away. I don't think I can buy anything for... No, for 25 I can't. Build some defenses. I could build a barricade or a stun trap. But I don't think so. Right, in that case, we are done with this for now. You should probably start a bit further back. And you have your wonderful little watchtower. And then the ballista immediately doing great work. You kill this guy. And then you can actually just do your spin here, I think. And with that, he is completely out of mana. Which is actually kind of neat that his thing doesn't, that his jump doesn't cost mana. Should have probably drunk that first, right? You go ahead and just throw a stun at these. Oh wait, you're out of actions if I do that, right? But you'll have enough dodge, I think. Can they make it into the city? They cannot make it into the city. And next turn you'll drink your potions. Gun! Gun again. And finally, gun again. Already love that. Yeah, I have the feeling that the ballista and gunman up there should be sufficient. Especially considering that his shit is undodgeable. You can just absolutely obliterate this row and this row. I could have executed that man, fuck. And throw a stun at them. How much movement do you need to one-shot this guy? Quite a lot more. Wonderful. Gauntlet here. And then hit him there. Toss me. I feel like this counts as a as an alternative to the jump skill and should allow to do the big jump, the big stomp. Right. Honestly, take this. Execute. Can you? And no more movement, except I can do that. Execute. Execute. Wonderful. Unfortunately, that means I can't really throw the stun in there. Can throw it there, though. Yeah, that's a problem. I can do it like this. Okay. They can make it inside, but I didn't really expect them not to. And then just throw this at them. Wonderful. Yeah, the north, I feel like, is completely holding there. They could make it inside, but they didn't. They are nibbling a bit on my wall. I completely forgot to do that. Well. Well, that's unfortunate. Okay. 6 or more isolated, 10 isolated targets, 6 or more tiles away. Right, so the problem is that I have exactly one unit who can attack 6 or more tiles away. And he's done for the day. Or for the night. Do that. Kill him. Move on. Execute. I need to remind myself to use the execute whenever I can. There are 2 more enemies, so we will absolutely not manage to do that. I, again, completely forgot to look at the golds. Yeah. Well, my mistake, and I'm gonna have to live with it. Panic should still be at S? Yes. I have the distinct feeling I need a healer, I need a seer at this point. Destiny. What do we have? Decreases his critical by 37%. I frankly do not care about crits because I have not built any of them for crits. Like, I still can't believe that they have something that's just like, yeah, he's invincible now. He's immortal. Get me the Battle Brothers. More hero capacity. I will need a... where was I? Right. Building. Get me a temple now. As well as the second mana well. What else can I afford? A scavenger's camp. I think I'd rather have the house first. And then the scavenger's camps. For now we can get rid of this. And build us 2 of those camps here. Or 1. Actually, I don't want this to be too close to the wall. So this should be fine. 65 gold, so I can build me another scavenger's camp. Right. Yeah, this is just... How many nights is this? 3, 6, 9, 12. Okay, now... level you up with your stick. You get the critical runes. Now you technically have crits, but I don't think it will matter. Accuracy I don't think you need. Block maybe. I think I just take mana. Actually, a bit of accuracy doesn't hurt. For the crawlers that might come in later. Propagation damage up. Next. You will level up so insanely quickly. Accuracy up. Even though you have something that's undodgeable and therefore technically don't need it. Magic damage is a no. Propagation bounces. Perfect. The gun will deal so much damage later on. Get a better stick. What is this? Block. Yeah, pardon. Is this better than what you have? Yes, quite a lot, actually. Reliability versus... So 11 block and reliability versus... I think I'll give you this instead. Like, you will not have dodge, so... lowering that won't matter. Ooh, a legendary hand crossbow. You know what? Give me that. New equipment. You... Right. You get the new pants. You get the hand crossbow, and you get the adamantine short bow. And we can go ahead and sell that. Build some defenses. So we will have a split ballista. 3 here. And then we will have 1, 2, 3 here. The problem is these walls, I kind of don't want them. Because this ballista cannot shoot through that. Which is a bit of a bummer. But we can and will have a small wall in front of them. Then the temple. Do we need a heal? Not really. Do we need mana? Yes, actually, quite a bit. I didn't buy a seer. Well, that's gonna have to wait until next time. Okay, I have this, I have that, that's fine. Now, I don't actually know which wave is gonna be bigger, so we have the ballistas there. We will do basically the same setup, I think. Oh shit, that's an item, I should have looted that. Ah, well. Oh, we have spitters. Hoppers. Wonderful. You have 24% dodge chance. Motherfucker! 24, not 100. Well. And then you can just go ahead and shoot. Less than 500 damage to isolate. Well, this turn, 411 damage to enemies that haven't, heroes that haven't moved this turn. Hop up. I feel like that should be easily achievable. Yeah. One more here. And that was it. And then this hopper will also die. Wonderful. Yeah, the ballistas can't shoot them next to the walls there. I have a feeling I might want to get rid of those walls and replace them with wooden walls. Now that I have actual purpose for wooden walls. How much propagation do you have now? 3. 81% damage on 3. That sounds just great. You have how much propagation? 5. Lovely stuff. Now these are unblockable. No, armor piercing, which is good against archers, especially the lancers later on. Can you just jump over that? This says R, doesn't it? Why doesn't it work? Ah, well. Snap your fingers. Have a big stun. Yeah, he's slow, which is an issue. On the other hand, he kind of one-shots most enemies currently together with the execute. Okay. The stone walls would be useful for maps where you really don't have the resources needed to build big defensive setups. But here it kind of feels like they're not really doing all that much. Less than 4 enemies target with a negative alteration. Kill less than 4 enemies using mana. Well, that's just amazing. I hadn't intended to use mana or negative alterations. Wonderful. Now you will not get him because there's barricades there. Wonderful. 9 action points. Oh yeah, you have action points remaining, don't you? Oh, you can use that again. Unfortunately, that still doesn't really help. Right, he gives resistance. Okay, and now less than 4 enemies with negative all deal 770 damage to target isolated targets. I don't think that'll really make all that much of a difference. I kind of absolutely love this gun with this propagation now. It didn't used to have that. And that kind of made it not that great. Because if you just shoot a single guy for 2 action points, sure it's undodgeable, but that really wasn't that great. Snap. Okay. Nothing else to do. That should be the last wave this night, I believe. Nope, the second to last. Now, Lakeburg, if I'm not mistaken, had similar to, in a similar vein to, what was it called? Elderlicht? Has kind of a fake out wave where they just send an absolute atrocity of a wave at you. But then the wave after that is kind of chill. And I feel like that wave might be the biggest issue here. Nearly one-shot all of them. I'll take it. Yeah, give yourself more movement again. So the big advantage of these kindled is that they have very low base health, meaning you can execute them relatively quickly. And this guy will fly into the city, I believe? No, he does not. We're taking some damage to the walls, but that shouldn't be an issue. Yeah. Ugh. Got something in my throat. Hate that. Oh yeah, you have the poison thing as well. Okay, I know. Just shoot him then. Unfortunately, not in range. Well, you shall just deal with the groups of enemies here. Yeah, that failed. No negative alteration, that is just gonna happen automatically. Kinda love the jump. And then finally, well, we can just go here and snap at you. How much movement do I need to kill you in one hit? Actually, use the potion. Fuck. So one of them might go into the city, and therefore we will generate panic. But well, he did not head into the city. Oh no, that's how far they can attack, not how far they can actually walk. Right. In that case, just throw it there. Snip. Execute him. Stupid flying enemy. Gone. One enemy remains. I cannot kill him this turn, so... Actually, can I kill him this turn? No, I can't. Because the only one in range is the guy who doesn't have action points remaining. With a 3 nights in a row with a divergence. That's actually a good achievement. Huh. It was indeed easy. Well, the mist is very close now, so I absolutely need that seal. An 8 pose has been fulfilled. Wonderful. Broken compass. Builds a ballista at the target location. The building will be launched at the end of night. With defenses. Kill 50 enemies with defenses. Yeah. Wonderful. I don't think I'll use that very much. For now, we will level up first. Dudley, you're a magic man. You are currently not really crying for mana. You don't really have that much mana intensive spells yet. A little bit more accuracy. A little bit momentum for your scepter. I wish I could get a better one for you. When he unlocks a special skill allowing to manually use the effect of these defenses. Manual boulder, manual ballista bolt, manual ballista bolt, manual ballista bolt, manual ballista bolt, manual stun trap, manual slow trap, manual damage trap, manual venomous roots, manual flying thorns, manual perching spores, manual boulder, ballista bolt, ballista bolt, ballista bolt, or ballista bolt. Which one would you like to have? This is the multi-hits one, right? So you can use every single ballista, which limits per turn 1, costs 2 action points. Actually, the manual ballista bolt doesn't cost action points. The boulder does cost action points. So this is just a free hit, basically. Critical, no. Just get some damage. I would give you skill range if you'd have it. No. In that case, daily mana regen. And then finally, you can now heal. Unfortunately, we'll lose a bunch of armor and block when I take your armor away. Get some accuracy because you have access. Daily health regen up, stun chance up, XP gain up. Skill range, I don't think matters all that much. Do you have actually anything that gets buffed? The Intimidating Scream and the Axe Boomerang. And you have the Jump. That's the damage buff. You can put that on other allies? Huh, neat. The Spin does not. Yeah, that makes sense. I think I'll get you skill range mainly for the Jump. Right, night rewards. Legendary pants. Mana, armor, dodge, and isolation. Long stride. Every 2 times traveled by a hero with a follower maneuver skill, momentum times travel is increased by 1. Or a better axe. A rusty axe, plus 3. We currently have a rusty axe. So, mana and resistance, that could be okay. So you want block, not the dodge. You want dodge, critical power, accuracy, isolation. Do I have anything that triggers on isolation? No, at least not weapon-wise. Except does the gun have isolation on the... Yeah. Is that relevant? I don't think that's relevant enough. So I think I'll take the axe. Second, I'd want a better gun. A 2-handed sword. Is it a better gun? It is a better gun. However, I'd kinda want a better scepter if I could find one. Silver Great Axe, plus 20 poison damage, because we deal that much poison damage. Oh, that's a 2-hand staff, right. Take that. You get the better axe. It is still a rusty piece of shit. And then we can sell those two. Build new structures. What can we get? I want the seer. Who will live... Actually, can we get rid of, like, this and this? And we can get the seer here. Right, we need 2 workers to push back the mist. In which case I'll just upgrade you. And you. Repel the mist by 1. Then I can still get an inn. But I have the distinct feeling I will not be able to afford a hero. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. The inn goes up there? No. That would be stupid. Have the inn over here. Can I afford a hero? Only a level 1-1, which I don't know how helpful that would be. Right, we have max upgrades on that. Can we upgrade? Uses per production phase, upgrades a blessing. And yeah, you permanently increases max health for all heroes every production phase, but I can't upgrade that. And the blessing would be a usable skill. In that case, what do I want to upgrade? I could upgrade the shopkeeper's friend. Selling ratio 30 to 40. Yeah, let's do that. I feel like we will have enough of that guy to be useful. There is a pile of corpses which I could loot for an item. Gauntlet, that's 36 armor, 5 block. 5 block versus 3 block. But yeah, the -1 move point is the same. 8 damage, 8 accuracy, and 6% resistance. And you have 45 for 14 block instead of 7. I'll take that. That doesn't actually matter because I'm gonna sell that the second 2 bulkies or 6 bulkies Sure. Absolutely fucking hate that. But I'll take it and I will survive it. Now, get me defenses. And I will put heavy ballistas next to my spiky ballistas. You will once again chill down here, while you two will chill up here. Now these are vestigial walls. I kind of don't want to get rid of them, so I will just build mounted ballistas behind them. And hope they survive. Also, we could upgrade the damage at some point. Put some defenses, some more wooden walls here and there. And here. And then I feel that should be good enough. And then I hope that the bulkies don't kill me. Hopefully. You have your staff second item? Yeah. The staff should be... Oh yeah, free actions. We need no heal, but we need mana. Which goes probably mainly to you, and then to you at least a little bit. The poison of the hand crossbow and the staff should be great against the bulkies. Don't run past me. Ah shit, we have a cursed as well. Right. So first of all, buff your damage, and then just fucking jump him. This lowers damage by 33%. 2 times. 66% damage down. I feel like he should be able to survive with that. What can you do? You can throw you can heal a melee for 36 damage, or throw a boulder for 21, but I kind of want you to use the melee. Snap. Okay, 1 movement point, so go back 1 step. Can you kill 7 enemies more heroes that haven't moved this turn? I should have maybe read that first. Yeah, I don't think that's happening. It's probably not happening. Dodge time 0.9. You deal 460 to 561 damage. And it's unblockable, so your block don't matter to me. Honestly, yeah, just go here, poison him twice, and move back. You will get a stone to the face, I'm pretty sure. So this bulky can barely move. Yeah, and he's stunned. Which is really bad for him. Target with a negative alteration, target at full health, 5 isolated, target winged. Are there even enough winged? Yeah, down there. Well, first of all, you take a step, throw in that shit. So we have a few, but they're not at full health, which is the problem. Get the big axe out, do that, do that. Okay. Yeah, this guy is an immediate problem. Why are there so many bulkies on this side? Holy shit. And he lost an action point. Actually, just execute this guy and then do that. Do that, jump him, go here now. You can't jump again. You can hit like that. Yeah, you're not gonna deal enough damage for that, huh? And then you should probably just do a quick retreat. Why is there an elite claw? What fuck? The bulkies might have been a mistake. Spend less than 15 move points. Well, that should be possible. I need... yeah, the unblockable would be best, I think. Well, first of all, can you... Why could I do that? Oh, because there's a barricade. I probably shouldn't move out there while the bulky's around. Less than 15 move points. So you only can move for 4 in total. Which I feel like is fine. Unfortunately, you're kinda stuck here now. Well, I hope the ballista do stuff. Well, I completely fucked that up. Already took me an hour to get here, holy shit. Right, I think I'd just rather restart that. The bulkies I did not consider. That all 5 of them would spawn on the same side in the same night. Also, we've gotten the axis variations done. 986, so a bit more. Right. Oh wait, can I not buy? Oh no, the Omen of Many Axes is when you get the first variation and... right. So that was a mistake. I think I'll leave it with this Apocalypse setting now. Maybe don't fuck up with the ballista today. We have someone with a boomerang, a scepter, and a great axe. That reminds me, abandon. I maybe should think of these things before I go into a mission, because it just artificially inflates my play count. We can choose other weapons. I still need to do the claws, I still need to do the great axes and 200 swords, but I do no longer need the axes. Which means I can take actual other weapons that I like. Axes, really not my cup of tea. Like the sword, or maybe daggers. Or the big hammer. Big hammer. Maybe the shield? I should use those more, I believe. Yeah, take big hammer, I guess. And then for ranged weapons, you know what? Fuck it. Take all of them. No, Sacred Flower and Boomerang are still the main things, so we should restrict it. Now Boomerang, I think, yeah, remove the cannons. I want the rifles. Remove the longbows. They're not gonna be that helpful. Remove the crossbows and the short bows. Have pistols and crossbows. And then here we do need the Sacred Flower. We have done the power stuff. Now, quick question: can I get? Oh, well, quick question. Who's gonna answer it? Can you get the power stuff when you don't have the unique power stuff, if you don't have them enabled. Also, there's 2 more melee weapons than than the other types. Right. Pistol. Scepter. And claw. So we have isolation and 2 things with momentum. Can we? Seven units at a range of 8 or more using a range of arrows. Viscera. 1 turn, hit an enemy 4 times with thrust at maximum momentum. You'd need at least 2-handed swords equipped to a single unit, and then get the momentum that high. Commander of Gildemek. Well, I'm not going to do that. Epiphanies. What do we have? Do we have the drill? No. Grants the perk the wind. Every 10% range damage after 100 plus 2 skill range. Holy shit, that sounds amazing. Or the daily mana region. Arrowslet. Reduce the cost of walls by 25. Stone one reinforced. Holy shit, I want that. Immediately. Let's go wood splinter to barricade. It is automatically cast when destroyed. 140 damage around itself. Holy, that's kinda neat. Discount potion. Reduce the price of potions by 75%. Endurance practice. 20%, 15 armor. Right. Okay, let's see what we've got. You are an elf, Moonstar. You are so much an elf, it's incredible. Do you have the punch? You do not have the punch, but you have the one with nature. Deadly range for each 100 weapon equipped. Critical power increased by 6% every 5 levels of the hero for 200 weapon equipped. Plus 6 critical increased by 3% every 5 levels of the hero. So 100 weapons. So if you have both, you get both critical and critical power. Elusive and the War Dance. At the end of an attack of exactly 1 unit was hit, automatic cost pirates on an enemy within a range of 2, with a base damage equal to, what is this? 25%, 90% of the hero's dodge. So you just want to dodge, I guess. You unfortunately... So consumables do not count. If we have you have nothing except the weapon, 3 weapons, 1 one-handed, 2 two-handed, then we can give you... There's a total of 9 slots, I believe. Yeah, 2 trinkets, 4 weapons, and 3 body slots. So, well, head, pants, and a body. So if I have 4 unequipped, which would be 2 trinkets, 1 weapon, and 1 of the armor slots, you would get a total of 16% dodge and 20% damage and 1 action point, but not the 100% punch damage. The fact that I have never seen the one with nature and the crippling punch in one package makes me feel like it just isn't possible. Or maybe I'm just incredibly unlucky. Okay, 1 elf, 2 humans. In that case, I don't think I'll take the one with nature. I'll take this, I'll take this, I'll take this. And then you need to get more dodge somehow. Is this Shadow Walls? It's adaptive damage. So I could give you... You do not have the momentum skills. Actually, you have the sprint. Limits per turn 2. Right. If you give it this XP and the bodybuilder, you could be a relatively well-equipped melee guy. With a 2-handed sword and a 1-handed sword. I feel like that makes sense. What do you have? Scout move points, accuracy, less armor, less isolation, more critical and more dodge. Right. Less armor. If you have 120 dodge, I feel that should be fine. And you get additional accuracy when you're outside, I believe. Yeah. Then, what do you have? Magician, 6% magic damage in daily mana regen, but 40 health less. Dwarf blood, 12 block, minus 1 points, muscular plus 20 health. Seems kind of contradictory. You have the mana collector, which you don't have the critical rune, so I'd have to give you a bunch of crit stuff. You have the cheer, which is just an immediate yes. Honestly, I feel like that's just an immediate yes whenever I see it. Do you have anything that gives you critical? Quality of quantity. The propagation damage. Increase the maximum propagation damage to 150. Move points, glass cannon. That's some critical in there, yeah. You have the plus 50% critical when attacking full health targets, but I'm not sure if that's that relevant. Field study. Because it doesn't actually care about it being a ranged weapon. Right, I'll see more maybe in a second. What do you have? Shaman, 30% poison damage, 14 mana. Daily health regen and daily mana regen, less accuracy. You should not have a pistol. Poison damage and mana, daily health regen, daily mana regen, less accuracy. Yeah, you should honestly be my magic guy. Just gonna immediately switch that. Not you. You. And you are gonna be my ranged gun, and you still get the cheer. Actually, what do you have? Magic damage. 6% magic damage is acceptable to lose that, I believe. The range should actually keep you out of harm's way even further, so that's good. You get the scepter. And then what do you have? Harvester, critical runes. Unfortunately, not the restoration. You have the volatile reaction for more propagation bounces, and they can bounce diagonally. This, you do not have... You do have the cheer. Woo! Have a third miscellaneous as an exclusive perk collection, right? I'll see what we do with that. You should probably out in front. Okay, arrow slit. Yeah, I want that. The stone walls not blocking sight is amazing for ballista. Oh, that's a wand. That's a wand, not a scepter. Well, less than 500 damage to enemies with target with a negative alteration. Well, first of all... Mother... I don't think we'll deal any damage to targets with negative alterations. Well, I could have maybe targeted those better. Motherfucker. Holy shit, really? Why are you not hitting anything? Yeah, you should leave. Actually, they can't even get to you. Nah, whatever. Shadow Stabs. This is the Sharpened Claws. Let's do that then. This is still so weird to aim. Alright. Can we... No, we cannot. Hit him. Hit him again. Sharpen your claws, sharpen your claws, and then you get action points back. The action points back is mainly actually for her, so she can use the damage buff. fuck, exactly not enough damage. Oh, you cannot then charge over that, right? Jump over that. Kinda makes sense. Can we hit a lot of enemies with that? If I move here, maybe. 3. Okay, no. In that case, here is actually just better. Can this be increased with range? No. That's unfortunate. Gone. Gone, gone, gone. Tomorrow's gonna be a long, long day of discussions. First with the Workers' Council, and then with I'm gonna be in a board meeting for my board game club. You really lack accuracy, don't you? I mean, I can't say I would be all that much better, I don't think. But still, I'm also not a trained professional. Alright, give her actions back. Shadow Dance, yeah. Oh right, you have that thing. Unfortunately, only once, because after that we have hit... Oh, do you need to hit one isolated target for it to work? It's honestly kind of funny that you could do that. Unfortunately, you can't go here and then back, which sucks. Well, shot me a claws again. Why do you have so many action points? Right. Magic missile. I feel like this stuff, together with the critical thing, is the absolute best, because you can hit with 2 actions. You can hit 2 actions and 4 mana. You can hit up to like 10 targets for a crit and immediately just blast them. That kind of blows. Once here, once here. Alright, now you finally hit something. Can you give him... Yeah, you can give him another action point. Then you can just blast all of them. Lovely stuff. You move here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not quite enough there, but that's fine. Do I want... Yeah, give yourself another action point and just hit him. I also forgot to use my potions again. Wonderful. Do that. Gun. Claw. Gun. More gun. Claw again. And last gun. Wonderful. Actually, none of the blood is ours. $54. Closer to the arrow slits. From down there again, but a 3-wave, right? You are gonna be my ranged dude, so you're gonna be my magic dude. Take the cheer. The critical runes, I just get you crit. And then critical power, thrifty for less mana consumption. The volatile reaction, you do have the multi-hits, which could be really good with the wand. If I don't fuck it up as I tend to do. And then resistance reduction. And probably daily mana regen. Or experience gain. Good job, Henry. Then, what do I do with you? As long as the hero didn't move during this turn, skill range and accuracy. Moving is gonna happen a lot with a pistol. But not necessarily with the... Oh, you have the cheer, right? Cheer it is. Range of 15. Does this have vision? Doesn't seem like it. So what else do I take with you later on? You already are basically squishy AF, so the glass cannon won't really make that much of a difference. When attacking, I don't have longbows, do I? And crossbows, pistols, rifles, boomerangs. Yeah, no, I don't have longbows. Do you have the multi-hit? You do not have the multi-hit. You know what? Sure, take that. Then the flexibility won't really help. But we have the field study anyway. Bonus for skill when attacking at a unit of say 2 to 6 hours, the attack is undodgeable. That could be okay. Glass cannon shares blood for more crit. Actually, reliability on isolated targets? Or maybe I just get you a lot of crit for the critical master. Isolation is increased by 100% of the hero's accuracy. Opportunism is increased. Yeah, take that. The blink would be great. Actually, don't take that then. If we go for isolation and opportunism, takes poison damage. Apply 3 enemies poison. Every 3 enemies poisoned, apply 30 poison contagion to the closest enemy without contagion. Do I have anything that applies poison? The hand crossbow. Ranged weapon wise. I think I might just take this, or maybe the mark. Like, I'll see. I'll see. You will be my ranged unit though, so get accuracy. Better reliability. Propagation bounces 2. Hand crossbow and gun both propagate, so that's good. And then finally, my melee man. I would like you to get a lot of crit. Dodge. Well, resistance probably has to help then. Reliability or the little momentum. I'll take reliability. Sprint. Unfortunately, no cheer for you. Do you have the specialist? You do not have the specialist. Blood magic. You do not have the body armor. Unfortunate. What do we have? The hero loses 25 after dealing damage to the armor of an enemy. The hero loses 25 health. Oh, that sucks. That sucks real hard. Like, any damage to the armor, 25 health. That is gonna kill me. Depending on how much armored enemies there are. Unless, and I'll check this first, if I get armor-piercing weaponry. Let's see. Big hammer, not armor-piercing. Not armor-piercing. Not armor-piercing. And also not armor-piercing. Are the claws armor-piercing? No. The wand. Also not under armor-piercing, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, no. Get me a hand crossbow. Momentum, maneuver, momentum. I do take the silver two-handed sword. Hand crossbow. Hand crossbow. So this is armor piercing, meaning that our ranged unit should be able to kill the armored enemies without dealing damage to the armor. Right, build new structures, get me a gold mine and a gold mine. Get rid of that so I can get me another gold mine. I can't afford another gold mine. Well, I have 2 workers. Get rid of this house for 83 gold, 30 gold, meaning I can get another house or a mana well. I'll get a mana well. Then restore some mana here. Build me defenses. I think I'm gonna set up the same as last time. With the split ballista. On one side. You lost your into the wild, but that's fine. Right. Set up. You get the 2-handed sword to your claws. And then you get the hand crossbow, and hopefully this is unblockable, but not armor piercing. Is armor piercing that rare? I think the only weapons that have armor piercing are the hand crossbow and the spear. On 1 skill each, is that right? Could be. Okay, I have some money for defenses, but I don't think I want to use them. Good. The arrow slit will help tremendously. How many armored enemies are there? Currently doesn't look like any. Yeah, they currently are not armored. There's an armored, okay. First of all, you move over here. And just start shooting people, I guess. Fuck. Oh, the armor is... It also blocks bio armor, okay. That makes it not that bad. Can you go over here and just shoot this man dead? Perfect. And then a bit of poison on him. Actually, quite a lot of poison on him. Wonderful stuff. Again, wonderful stuff. Right, I don't think you need to drink. So now you can come down here. I see 2 more armoreds coming in. And then you can just... Can you actually maneuver through there? This does not block line of sight, I don't think. Can I give you momentum? If I could give you momentum, that would be great. Alright, there's a bunch of armoreds. Are you... You're undodgeable but not unblockable. Or armor piercing. The hand crossbow does apparently deal enough damage to just one-shot them. Well, not all of the time. Can you kill the armoreds over here? Well, not with that. But with poison you can. And you can just thrust through here, thrust through here. Hit those 2, hit those 2. Why do you get movement points back? Wait, why do you get movement point back? Do I already give you a perk for that? No. Oh, the slash gives back movement point. I didn't even know that. Well, learned something new again. Less than 500 damage to enemies target with a negative alteration, or targets within 5 tiles from the fog. That should actually be all the targets I hit. Does the poison count as a negative alteration on itself? Two action points. Who still has action points? You still have action points. Gone? Well, do this, move here, shoot one, and then leave. That was a potion. You can actually shoot another man. Okay. Now, did this count as damage to a target with a negative alteration? No, it didn't. That is good to know. Alright, armor's 1, 2. Armor's... Can you hit this guy from here? 1, 2. Then there's another armor there, and then the others are not in range. Alright. You do not have enough action points, so just shoot a man. And then unfortunately these guys are armored, which is not great for me. Give him action points, and movement. How much momentum do you have? 120 with the thrust or 80 with the sword blast. Like, the hitting an enemy 4 times in a single turn with 400% thrust on your weapon, that seems nigh impossible. Like, not joking, I feel like that just might be straight up not possible. Also, you should go over there for the armoreds. Yes. Alright, more armoreds there. That was the wrong gun. That was the wrong weapon. Fuck. This is just too good, though. Okay, that's all of your action points gone. Unless I give you more, I'll see. For now, you do this, you do that, you do this. That. And then you're gonna need action points. So you can do wonderful stuff. And then honestly, like, this one armor shouldn't really matter unless... No, avoid generating panic. Well, I feel like we are on a good path for that. And then 3 or more tiles from the caster. I feel like the avoid generating panic should be easy enough to do anyway. If the enemies actually survive that long. Or I just do it now. The other goal. Get that armored insight as well. Wonderful. I feel like I might need the seer sooner. Well, okay, there's the wall slits. The arrow slits. Level up. Avid learner. And do I give you the critical runes? What are the other options? I feel like the defensive training might even be better because you will want to have maximum mana as often as possible. Move points. Daily mana region, if I could get it higher, would be amazing. There it is. Then, you have leveled up twice. Avid learner. Yeah, the one with nature I'm not gonna take. Take the bodybuilder instead. And grab you a lot of health. Move points for your thrusting weapons. And then some dodge. Finally. Healing received. Does this count? Final values rendered out to any kind of health restored to the series. It should include the daily health regen. Yeah, that should include the daily health regen. Isolation opportunism. Now let me reroll that. Stun chance, critical power, physical damage. Get me momentum. Momentum. Perfect. And then lastly, you also leveled up twice. Mark. For less dodging, and then the glass cannon. What do I take on this level as the second thing? Maybe the Lone Wolf? Mana Shield. Yeah, the Mana Shield won't come in. Quality over quantity. What is the maximum propagation damage? Propagation damage, maximum 100%. Oh, so you get additional damage per propagation. That's kind of funny. It would limit the rifle to 1 propagation and the hand crossbow to 3. And I feel like I'd rather hit more enemies? Or maybe just kill one enemy real... No, this is probably better if you have the magic tome. Or some other thing that has just 6 or 7 propagation baseline. Right. Train that one. This is range 3, cannot be increased, which is a bit sad. 1 by 1. We will get the isolation, so that might not be the worst. Up your accuracy. Some move points won't hurt. Isolation, stun power, resistance reduction, and accuracy are both main skills, so the secondary attribute doesn't really matter. Isolation could be good though. Poison damage, healing received, health regen, more isolation propagation damage. That sounds good. Then a night reward. Let's see. A better pistol, Archmaster's Scepter for more momentum. A better pistol. Large and critical power. What is it? Adamantium pistol. Move points, critical power, arm, and propagation damage. I feel like I'd rather have that. Brute Helm for armor and block. I don't think we have anybody that goes for block, so I'll take the scepter just. A boomerang. Perfect. Now the boomerang doesn't have propagation. Oh, I could give you stun chance. Increase size by 50. That should be completely fine, especially this early. 20 accuracy. So every 10 health, max health after 125. Minus 2% accuracy. And every 30 max health after 125. Minus 1 skill range. How much health do you have? 67. Right. You have 155. You have 192. Why do we have 192? What? 147 base and then 54 from the gear. The wind. Every 10% range damage after 102 skill or magic damage after 108 daily mana regen. Reduce the cost of Holy Ground. As long as no enemies entered the haven this night, plus 25% damage. That sounds great. Clear sight. Endurance. 20% experience gain, 15 armor, otherwise plus 80 armor, plus 200 max armor. Like 20% experience gain itself sounds really good, but I think I'll take the Holy Ground. Just plain damage, never hurts. Well, it by definition does, but... Take that. Can I upgrade you for more gold? Yes. Then get rid of this here and this here. You go here, you go here, you go there. We do have the arrow slits, so these do no longer... Ah shit, the vestige walls still block line of sight. So I have to hope that the enemies kill those. I can build a temple or upgrade my other mine. I think I'll upgrade the other mine. I kind of really just want to have as much money as possible as early as possible. Right, build some defenses. Get me another split ballista. Here. Then get me a heavy ballista. Other ballistas still block line of sight, which is a bit sad, but acceptable. Well, understandable. Okay. I don't have the Epiphanies to increase. Holy shit, we can add those? I should have maybe looked at that building. We cannot. currently get the increases in the defenses damage. Unfortunately. Right. Equip my new items. You get a scepter. And you get a boomerang instead of the pistol. And we can sell the pistol. For 13 gold. Warp star. Warp crystal. That could be neat. But I think I don't take anything else. Right. You two should be completely fine down here, and you, together with the ballista... How much damage do you deal? Heavy ballista. You have armor piercing. And undodgeable. You only have undodgeable. Oh yeah, 3 abilities. Mana goes to you, good sir. Alright. Ballista's immediately going to blast. Okay, so we will start here. We're sharpening your claws. Not actually what I wanted to use, but good enough. Oh, not enough action points. Well, get some more then. Can I actually just... I can. That's from the big hammer, I believe. You move back inside, and then you can just... Kill less than 4 enemies, isolate target. Well, I should have read that. That is fully on me. How much damage do you deal? Not enough for 1 hit. Well. Can you... Do you block vision? You do block vision, so I want you out of the ballista's thing after you acted. Wonderful stuff. Boomerang is kind of funky. Oh, before you leave, actually just mark some targets. Should have again do that before actually using his skills. The ballista's kind of slapped. Now you need to debuff. I hate when it says it's the T button and then it doesn't work on T unless you already clicked it once. That is the dream boomerang throw. Oh yeah, the ricochet also has propagation. I completely forgot. That makes this kind of even better. Do I even need... Also, use less than 2 times the skill punch. I didn't intend to anyway. And kill them within the range of the fog. That I did intend to do. Can you sword blast if we give you actions? You can. And then just use this hammer. Perfect. Right. No punch skills. Didn't do so anyway. They didn't get panic in yet because none of them were in. Yeah. The ballista's once again saving me. I should honestly probably do this first. To give you more damage. And then retreat a little bit, not that far. I kinda love the boomerang, it's so goofy. Oh yeah, don't forget to mark enemies. Good. Now they will move inside and then they will get hit by the ballista and we will be fine. However, I have a feeling that you kind of need to move over. Because of that, yeah. Out of range, hate that. Another ricochet. And then you hit this guy, you hit this guy and this guy. Can you... The boomerang costs 2, doesn't it? This only costs 1, but it costs 1 mana as well. I feel like that is worth it. Okay. You are not out of actions. You are now out of actions. Target within 2 turns from caster isolated targets. Well, you should be able to do that. Except there are not enough isolated targets for you to do it. Well, you have another turn. You'll get it. Oh, do those have vision? Do you have vision on that? No. So they also... Oh, that is symmetrical. We also lose the protection of the walls. Well, against ranged enemies at least. What is more damage? How much damage is this? 72, and this is 90. In that case, yeah, just go along. Hit him like that. More boomerangs. Unfortunately, not as much damage as I'd hoped. I feel like the boomerang really profits from something that just gives you more action points. Do you have enough range for that? No, you do not. And crossbow here and here. I kind of want more multi-hits with her. Just go for the full multi-hit build. Unfortunately, yeah, you do not have the range to hit him because there's a ballista in the way. Well, do that. These ballistas are actually just slapping around people. Okay, Panic A, I feel like should be okay. Oh wait, we are S? No, we are Panic Rank A, yeah. 186 for the Holy Ground, and now of course we don't have any ballistas at these areas. Which kinda sucks. Get me, build new structures, the Seer. And then it costs 3 workers, so they're not close enough to the haven yet. In that case, what do we actually get as a divergence? 31% dodge, that's fine. I think I just need to get you some more accuracy. What do we get? A shield, claws, or a genuine sacred flower. What does a sacred flower do? Range 1 to 4, poison on 3 targets. Purge on yourself. Right, triggers. Oh, right, you have the Blight Blossom thing. Genuine Sacred Flower. Contagious Pollen. Contagion, and it has Follow. Do I want Follow, though? And then the big area, which dispels enemies. Which dispels buffs, specifically. Whenever a Sacred Flower attack is cast, 1 plague for each action points and base cost. Each plague grants 3 poison, applied by the secondary targets of Cleansing Spores, plus 1 per hero level. 1% magic damage. Whenever Cleansing Spores is cast, plague is reset whenever the hero is hit. Cleansing Spores is automatically cast and the hero is poisoned by 25 out of current poison. This thing is just way too complicated, but I think I'll take it for him. So we have a second long-range option. Take this instead of the movement stuff. Scepter. Sell that. Level up. You get the defensive training. And then accuracy. Yeah, we're gonna need that now. We're gonna need that now. Reliability, momentum, reliability is never wrong. Moon Star. Deadly Ranger. For each one-handed equipped weapon, increase by 10% critical power, increased by 6, or 6% critical. So currently we have 18% critical, or we give you the heal. I feel like the heal is not that necessary yet. The critical will just be better. How much accuracy do they have? 8%. Right. Get me some more of that. Range damage, propagation bounce, isolation, propagation damage. Can you get... No, you cannot. Opportunism, you don't really apply debuffs, I don't think. The sword doesn't apply debuffs, to my knowledge. No, it's a maneuver weapon. In that case, take the critical power. And the other sword, the one-handed, I think also does not apply debuffs. Alright. Work is available. First of all, free mana. Upgrade the money. Upgrade the money. Upgrade this, do it twice. And then for 115, build new structures. Scavengers Camp 1 and 2. 15 gold remaining, can't really do anything with that. Build me some defenses. Build me a split ballista. Where's the middle of the road? The middle of the road is here, I believe. 2, 3. There should be a wall in front. I'm an idiot. I do not get the production back, but I feel like I kinda deserve that. Could get a normal ballista, or a watchtower, or some walls. You know what? Go ahead and repair. The barricades don't really do anything yet, I don't think. Right, so you are here, you are here, you are here. You should honestly have enough range to hit both sides. Nope, the flower is not as much ranged as I'd like, so you go here. No, you go there. Do you go there? I think you just stay here for now. Right. There's hoppers. Shouldn't be too much of an issue. At least I don't think it should be. Right. Can we stun you guys? No, unless... we actually get the stun, which we... Hey, there it is. Lovely stuff, that. Give her an action point so she can use the boomerang again. And then you can just use the flower here, I guess. What is the secondary effect? 74 poison. So damage or poison, right. Damage and poison or just poison. Now you don't really do anything here. So you're just gonna stand here. You could give him more action points if need be. But I don't think there will be need. Okay. You back a bit. Holy shit, you're already inside. Well, that we can't have that. Kill 1, kill 2, kill 3. You fucking missed twice. Incredible. And this costs 2 action points. Well, in that case, you're just gonna have to deal with that. You also missed. Apparently, the 30 dodge is a lot more than I thought it'd be. Can you stun anything over here? 2 targets, which I don't think is good enough to be considered. Okay, the dodge is annoying. I should have used the mark. Why didn't I use the mark? I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot is why. You can give him an action point, and then he can at least stab someone. Right. Though stab might be the wrong word. Having undodgeable stuff, definitely appreciated in this setting. Should probably also try to use it on the things that dodge a lot. I need to stop clicking too fast. Oh, I can do multiple. Right. In that case, one here, and one here. One here, one here, one here. God fucking damn it. Not enough. And we are out of actions on you, so... Get yourself a power boost while you're at it. You can go inside, but that's about it. Jump skills, less than twice. Some of these are a lot easier to achieve than others. Good like that. We have one stun. Oh, first of all, mark him. God damn it. Can we just, you know what, just shoot him. Okay, that's fine. Less than 2 jump skills, we have done that successfully. Right, the dodge was definitely more of an issue than I thought it would be. This guy and this guy, so you now only have a 31% dodge, huh? That's still honestly quite a lot. But I feel like it will work. Throw it like this. Get some stuns in. 3. 1. How much do you... Yeah, we're gonna have to hit you multiple times. Maybe just poison you. Okay, no jump skills. That's fine. You give contagion, right? On the secondary targets, which I completely forgot to check. Can you kill him? Probably not. That did actually kill. I didn't expect that. Alright, give you more action points. And another one. And then you can just at least start shooting this guy. Is actually maybe the poison better? Well, doesn't matter, I can't afford it. Okay, you are done. So that crawler didn't come, that runner. Not crawler, runner. Okay, just shoot this guy. Apparently I need to shoot him a bit more. I do not necessarily want to hit my walls. I would prefer if we can afford that. Avoid that. And all of them were missed. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, you're gonna need help. So you are just gonna dash through here. Miss, because of course you do. This thing is undodgeable. I should probably use it at some point. Targets 9 or more. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Kill less than 4 enemies with negative alteration. That might actually be possible. So you hit him. And then give yourself this. So you can at least like poison somebody. Alright, wonderful. Didn't actually expect him to hit that. Can you do anything about this? Well, first of all, you can do this. And then just send that through. Fuck. Is that worth it? Is that better? I think that's better. Unless he fuck... I should not be surprised that they are missing. Can you do anything useful? You can. Go over here. And give her the action points. Unfortunately, you do not have any more action points then. Now he has contagion on him, but that doesn't really help me. And you are completely out of range for anything. Well, waste a turn then. I guess that's fine, right. Use the undodgeable thing to slap somebody around. And then miss an attack, because of course. Okay, you have more attacks. Can you hit this guy? 12% dodge chance, 44% on that. Good enough. Those do be the last enemies. Yeah, panic is sky high. Use the undodgeable attack. Twice. Thrice. And then you can... Can you stun over here without hitting the wall? Not really. Not really. You can do it like that, though. Unfortunately, it didn't stun anybody. Well, so much for that. You have one more... Okay, you know what? Just mark him so you don't miss. Twice, and then poison him. Because this also costs him movement. The undodgeable thing here. God fucking damn it. Can you not? Yeah, the dodge was a mistake. God fucking damn it. 31%. Reminds me of XCOM. Okay, we do not have all that much mana left. So we just shoot at people. At least we can kill them. Undodgeable there. Can we apply poison? Once. And that poison should kill them. That cost me a lot of panic. Big wave from here. Okay, the bottom left wave I really do not care about because I have a massive like defensive system here. So I'm not really that worried about that sign. Prowess has been accomplished. Is it the boomerangs? It is a two-handed sword and the boomerangs. And the Sacred Flowers. So now I only need the Great Axes and the Claws. Which is probably not going to happen in this run. Also, the traps. 200 traps get triggered by enemies, and 50 traps get triggered by enemies. All types of traps have the skill improved able to affect more targets. It sounds kinda neat. I'm not really using the traps as much as I maybe should. What is the next divergence? Increase size by 50%, that I really do not care about. Set as aim. Endurance practice, wood splinter, armor crusher, clear sight. Like, the barricades still cost you. Get me that. Hero recruitment cost down, and as soon as I have that, I can start hiring more people. Initiator. Armor, critical, mana. You need more mana, I think. And more mana regen. Then, Vampire, you can now finally heal yourself. And then the Elusive. Next, all of the hero's armor is transformed into dodge, conversion rate of 30%. If being attacked by enemies, for every attack dodged, automatically costs the Shadow Waltz, right? So this is at most 10 plus 50% of the hero's dodge. The hero's dodge is maxed at 120. So it is at most 60 damage. And then that last thing, 175% of 120 is 160, so 190 damage. And it has follow, meaning you actually move with it. Meaning you should get something that can move you back out. Get you some more dodge, just to start with that. Get your reliability. Now the Shadow Waltz is a fixed amount of damage, so the reliability doesn't do anything there. But for other stuff I feel like it's still good enough to get. Medal of Shower of Blows. Whenever an enemy hit, plus 7% damage, up to 70, minus 30% accuracy down to 30. Menacing an enemy resets this modifier. That seems kind of funny. Wait a second. Does it work with Moonflower? With Moonstar's thing here? This thing is not undodgeable. For the last dodge cost 12 flourish instead with the base damage. So you need accuracy, but that could be really funny. And I think I'll take that. Now, Shantala, you are the ranged person. Resistance reduction, you're gonna need that. Stun chance, you're also gonna need that. The higher stun chance, the higher damage with the bow, here, crossbow. Not crossbow, boomerang. The boomerang, I do have 2 propagation bounces currently, meaning the boomerang's perk hits up to 4 enemies, which is kind of amazing. Unfortunately, we do not get you the diagonal bouncing, which sucks. Shorter weapons become undodgeable. That could be really neat. Kind of a number with the field study. Yeah, do that. I don't think I'd take the 1x1. I think I might take something else there. I'll see. I'll see as soon as we get to that. Next. Do this. Upgrade you. We have... Ooh, Rippers. Hoppers and Rippers. Not Rippers. Those are the... What are these actually called? Right. Get me... the temple. The second mana well. Get that here. I don't think I can build anything else there. The last scavenger hut. Scavenger camp. Get me rid of that barricade so I can place it there. And then start getting me houses. So I can get rid of these things. Get me another house. Get rid of this thing. I feel like I might want warp circles. Just for future reference. And then 87 materials currently. Upgrade me my last go. We already did that. Upgrade me the production plus then. So I can get more of that. And then I actually kind of want to see. Is it worth that though? Yeah, I want to see. Okay, you can be upgraded in every one of these three. Okay. So I can just plaster everything with ballista first before buying the heavy things. Which might probably be smarter than buying the expensive ones just from the start. Okay, do I have new gear? Yeah, I'm gonna keep that for later. I don't have money to buy new gear. I do have free actions, which nobody needs healing, but we have people that need mana. You and you again. Okay. Is it probably the last night I do today? Looking at the time. But I'll see. Why are these assholes so fast? Yeah, this time the boomerang guy will be kind of sufficient simply because we have so many ballistas over there. And also we don't have the dodge nonsense. Alright, can we get some poison on you? Then have the follow won't help. So we're just gonna... Do you have block? You do not have block. This is 95 damage times 4. Unless we do this, and we do this. And then it is 110 damage times 4. Unless you miss, in which case it is not that much damage. Just getting everything in my throat today. Now you will move. You will hit him for 60. Unless he dodges. How much dodge do you have? 25%. Actually, that's dodge reduction, isn't it? You have 44% dodge. You have 25% dodge reduction. He could dodge, maybe. Otherwise, he can just heal up again because he does have to heal now. And now we just throw boomerangs at people. Can I get a stun over there? Yes. Ooh, all 3 of them. Perfectly done. Less than 4, I forgot to read once again. One more action point on you. You know what? Give yourself more armor. Now you won't actually die to this guy. Or take damage even. He did take damage still. I guess that's fine. Now, you will have to deal with this group here, I guess. Do it like that. Can you slow this guy down? Not really. You can hit him. They don't really help though. Anyway, you can probably just kill 1 or 2 of these. Right, start with this. He dies, then do this. Perfect. A bunch of damage from this friend. Move back in and thrust again. Perfect. It was not the 400 required damage, 400% required momentum, unfortunately. Kinda love that. 44 enemies or more targeted within 2 tiles. So that's not gonna be you. It's gonna be most likely mainly this guy. And he's the only one who can do that. So it's not gonna happen. Well, you are kind of dying. That ain't great for you. So you should just go ahead and leave. Yeah, getting you out there was maybe the wrong idea. Okay, you on the other hand can probably just do this. And you also apply the contagion, which is very nice of you. Okay, move over there. Grab this. Actually, just Saberman. We should honestly be kind of okay back there. Why is your vision blocked? Are those vestigial walls? Those are vestigial walls. Fuck. I feel like those also should just get the buff of... To be fair, I'm pretty sure that Lakeburg is the only map with vestigials. So it might have been just an oversight. But I feel like they also shouldn't block vision. Ballista. What are you doing up there? What the fuck? Can we... if you go out there, you will die. There's a lot more enemies than I thought. You know what? Get rid of this vestige wall, I guess. That's the 3. Alright. I kinda love this thing. I don't think it's good. Like, it's definitely not the best ranged weapon. But I still kinda love it. Just hit one of these. Did you not do the ricochet here? Range 1 to 8. I feel like those were just out of range. Okay. But you can increase that. Maybe I should have done that. Right, you... just try to keep them off you. You are deadly wounded, so you have less damage, don't you? Badly wounded, action points, and move points. So not actually the damage. Where's my third guy? There's my third guy. There's this thing in the way. Nah, fuck. One more. Like this. Perfect. Dodgeable smash. I feel like this is not going great. Yeah, I should maybe have gotten another hero earlier. Or maybe I should have just... Now that I know I can upgrade all of the ballista, I think the smarter idea is to just put ballistas everywhere. Can you just teleport over there and like get rid of this guy? Thank you. Defend yourself, doesn't really help. Yeah, I learned something new. And to be fair, it is something that I should have just looked up at the start. But this one, I feel like, is lost with this knight. Not enough action, so just move over there, shoot him twice. 81 more enemies. That one's not gonna work out. Yeah. The Rippers will kill me. Right, I can cut it then. Next time, I'm just gonna build ballistas instead of the heavy variants and upgrade them at the end. Yeah, certain do. It's fine. Start another attempt next time. For now, I'm gonna leave it with that. Thank you for watching. What do I still need to do? Claws and great axes. That should be fine. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do Amberwald first, because that has the trap region, if I recall correctly. Lakeburg has the, for each different adjacent defenses, and Veteran of Glenwald, traps are repaired for free. Glenwald is also a lot shorter than Lakeburg. I'm pretty sure they went with Lakeburg and said, this just takes way too long. 12 nights is just way too long. Because I'm pretty sure everything else is less than 8. Or at least less than 10. I'd have to recheck. Which, now that I have the Apocalypse, the Epiphanies, that is gonna happen. But yeah. For now, again, thank you for watching. Glenwald next time, I don't need to remember that. Yeah, thank you for watching. Have a nice evening. Hope you have a good night later on. And I hope you have a nice rest of your week. I will have to do a lot of talking tomorrow. And also take a picture take, and I hate doing that. Right. Goodbye.